to our smallholding update for November. It's a beautiful early winter's morning, and this will probably be the last update for 2016. Since we were last with you, the 4 pigs have departed. We had a bit of trouble getting 2 of them on, so we had to do them in 2 lots in the end. So we kept the last 2 for an extra 3 weeks, but that's not affected the meat in any way, shape or form. In fact, it's probably the best meat we've had. The chops are huge and really tasty. This is our Heath Robinson pallet run. The pigs actually broke through the electric fencing that we had up the first time we tried to get the last 2 on. So we came up with this idea, and hey ho, absolutely no problem at all. So a bit of dismantling there. But yeah, it's quiet without the pigs. We kind of, we like having them, but we have them for a purpose, and that's for what they produce in the end, the pork, the sausages and the bacon. So we don't get that attached to them, but it's just quiet. You know, we've got this land and there's not a great deal happening with it. So to say, everything's pretty quiet now. So, I don't know if you can see that. Everything's dying back. We're just emptying the polytunnel, clearing out of the last bit of foliage. We've harvested the butternut squash, and we've got them on windowsills just to ripen up a bit more and give them that lovely golden blush. We've got some new additions as well. We've bought ourselves some more chickens. We've lost a couple this year through our old age, and touch wood, we've not had a fox attack for 18 months, so we're very lucky in that respect. So the existing chickens are very curious. So we've got 3 more black rocks. Lovely. They are point of lay. In fact, I think we might have one on the nest. There she is. Hopefully laying for us. That's great, because again, this time here they need about 16 hours or so to produce an egg, so the egg production drops right off once these nights draw in. We just keep them away from our existing chickens, just to get them used to their new surroundings. I suppose a good thing for us, we've had a really busy year with what we've done and how we've expanded what we do. It's quite a relief sometimes to have the nights longer, because we're not out all hours doing things on smallholding. Just show you our new bantams, Welsh sons. So we've got 1 cockerel and 2 hens, and we're just keeping them in a pen separate because they are really small at the moment, only a couple of weeks old, and of course they're a bit susceptible to the cold nights, so we've got plenty of hay in there for them and straw to bed down, and we'll keep an eye on how they progress. The ducks, we were going to buy some more ducks, but one of our ducks has got a bit of an injury to her leg and spends most of the day in the water now. So the guy we normally buy our stock off had some, well, he had too much to choose from yesterday, and of course the temptation's there, but we thought we'd wait and see what happens with our injured duck, because the land is farmed and furrowed and they're free range, it's not helping her run around, and we don't want to introduce more ducks just for them to create a squabble and make the injury worse. So yeah, so there's less things to do now, so we get a bit of time to rest. We're not out 24/7. Just take you up to the polytunnel, show you what we're doing in there at the moment. As I say, it's just a case of cutting everything back and clearing it. We've got parsnips and salsify and celeriac still growing, and we've still got the odd tomato. We've cut the rhubarb right back, and what we're going to do is use our deep litter, mulch all over it, and give that a rest now until next year, and it'll be stronger and as flavoursome as it was this year. We've mulched the asparagus bed again with the deep litter. There's fewer jobs for us to do now. It's back-breaking work being as organic as we possibly can be, because we're weeding all the time. I'm not using any pesticides. You have to try and keep the weeds down so they don't compete with the fruit. So this is the bee field. We've been honoured by the Welsh beekeepers. They've given us two of their hives to manage and look after. So we're obviously doing something right. So the bees are just bedding down for the winter now. They've got all their stocks, we've checked the stores, and it's quiet now. There's not a lot of flying going on. But hopefully we'll be able to harvest honey around next July, August time. And just the orchard really. The orchard, which has produced fine fruit this year. The apples have done really well. We've picked those and stored them in a cardboard box wrapped in paper in the dark. So we've got plenty of apples to keep us through the winter. As we've done with the potatoes, we've got a couple of sacks full of potatoes now. Now kept in the shed in the dark, out of the sunlight. And the raspberries, which we've just finished really picking. There's a few stragglers left on the canes, but they've done really well. They've produced since sort of May this year all the way through to November, so that's a good 6-month crop. And that's it really. It's been a hard year. We sometimes think that we've taken too much on. As I say, it's when we get to November and the nights are longer, it's quite a relief that we haven't got to go out and sort stuff out. But onwards and upwards next year, we've got a few plans, and we'll be keeping the pigs again. So thanks for watching, we'll see you soon.